You are standing in your room. The walls feel solid. The air feels still. The ground beneath your feet feels permanent, like it has always been here and always will be. You know this place. You trust it. Step outside, and the world opens just a little more. Streets stretch in both directions. Buildings rise. People move. Cars pass. The horizon sits far away, but not unreachable. It feels big. Stand on a hill and look out across a city at night. Thousands of lights flicker like stars trapped on the ground. Roads twist like glowing veins. Everything feels vast, endless. But it isn't. Because this entire city, every building, every person, every memory, could fit inside a tiny fraction of something much larger. Zoom out. The city becomes a dot. The country becomes a shape. The planet becomes a sphere hanging in darkness. Earth, a world nearly 13,000 kilometers wide. Oceans deeper than mountains are tall. Atmosphere stretching just far enough to protect every living thing you've ever known. It feels enormous. But next to the sun, Earth shrinks to something almost embarrassing. You could line up more than 1 million Earths inside the sun and still have space left over. 1 million worlds like this one, swallowed into a single star. And yet, even the sun is not special. It's just one star among hundreds of billions in our galaxy. Just one. Now pause, because everything you've ever seen, touched, loved, feared, all of it exists on a thin layer of rock orbiting an average star in a galaxy so large that light itself takes 100,000 years just to cross from one side to the other. And still, we are not even close to the largest things that exist. Not even close. There are objects in the universe so massive, so extreme, that they don't just sit in space. They bend it. They warp time. They erase the rules you think you understand. And somewhere, unimaginably far away, there is one object that stands near the edge of what physics allows. A black hole so large that if you tried to comprehend it in normal terms, your mind would simply refuse. Its name is TON 618. And once you understand what that means, the universe will never feel the same again. Let's begin somewhere familiar. Back on Earth, imagine you could travel faster than any plane, faster than any rocket ever built. You leave the ground and head straight up, past the clouds, through the atmosphere, into the silence of space. Within minutes, Earth is beneath you. Within hours, it's a marble. Within days, it's a pale blue dot. Now you are in the solar system. The distance between Earth and the Sun is about 150 million kilometers. Light, the fastest thing in the universe, takes about 8 minutes to make that journey. 8 minutes. Now consider this. If you could fly a commercial airplane to the Sun, it would take over 20 years without stopping. 20 years. Just to reach our star. And yet, the solar system itself is far larger than that. Neptune, the outermost planet, orbits about 4.5 billion kilometers away from the Sun. Beyond that lies the Oort cloud, a distant shell of icy objects that may stretch nearly a light year from the Sun. A light year, that is how far light travels in 1 year, nearly 9.5 trillion kilometers. Already, distance has become something you can't feel. Now zoom out again. The solar system becomes a speck inside the Milky Way galaxy. The Milky Way contains somewhere between 100 and 400 billion stars, each one potentially surrounded by planets, moons, and systems of its own. If you shrank the solar system down to the size of a coin, the Milky Way would be as wide as a continent of stars. And at the center of this galaxy lies something strange, something invisible, yet undeniable. A black hole. Its name is Sagittarius A star. It has a mass about 4 million times that of our sun. 4 million suns, compressed into a single point. That alone is difficult to imagine. But here's the part that changes everything. Black holes don't just sit there. They pull. Anything that crosses a boundary called the event horizon cannot escape. Not matter, not energy, not even light. Once you cross that line, the universe behind you is gone forever. Now pause, because Sagittarius, A star, is not unusual. Across the universe, at the centers of galaxies, there are black holes far larger than this, some with masses billions of times greater than the sun. And then, there is TON 618. TON 618 is not just a black hole. It is an ultramassive black hole. Its mass is estimated to be about 66 billion times that of our sun. Let that settle. If the sun were a single grain of sand, TON 618 would be a mountain. No, bigger, a continent. Now imagine replacing our sun with TON 618. The event horizon, the point of no return, would stretch far beyond the orbit of Pluto. Entire planets, entire orbits, swallowed before they even had a chance to exist. Everything you know about the solar system would disappear, instantly. And yet, TON 618 is not nearby. It exists billions of light years away, at the center of a distant quasar, a region so bright that it outshines entire galaxies. The light we see from it today began its journey when Earth was still forming, before life, before oceans, before you. That light has been traveling for over 10 billion years, just to reach us. 10 billion years. Here is where the scale begins to break you, because TON 618 is not just massive, it is active. Matter spirals into it, forming an accretion disk, gas heated to such extreme temperatures that it glows brighter than anything you can imagine. As this matter falls inward, it releases more energy than entire galaxies. Entire galaxies, and all of it, vanishes beyond the event horizon. Gone. Now picture this. If you were to approach TON 618, you would not see a hole in space. You would see darkness bending light around it, distorting the stars behind it into warped rings and arcs. Time itself would begin to slow. From your perspective, everything might feel normal. But to someone watching from far away, you would appear to freeze, stuck at the edge forever, never quite crossing, never coming back. And then, the most unsettling truth. Inside a black hole, our current understanding of physics breaks down completely. We do not know what happens, not truly. At the center lies something called a singularity, a point where density becomes infinite and space and time lose their meaning. It is not just unknown, it is unknowable. Now stop, because this is the gut punch. TON 618 is not unique. There may be many black holes like it, some larger, some older, some even more distant, on objects so massive that they shape the structure of the universe itself. And we are here, on a thin crust of rock, orbiting an average star, in a galaxy that is one of trillions. Trillions. So the question becomes unavoidable. If the universe can create something like TON 618, what else is out there? Zoom out one final time. The Milky Way becomes one galaxy among many, then many among clusters, then clusters among vast cosmic webs stretching across the observable universe. On the largest scales, galaxies are not scattered randomly. They form filaments, like threads in a cosmic tapestry, with enormous voids in between. Empty regions so large that they contain almost nothing at all. The universe is not just big. It is structured in ways that feel almost intentional, yet are the result of simple laws playing out over billions of years. Gravity pulls, matter gathers, time passes, and from that, everything emerges. Stars, planets, life, you. Now think about TON 618 again, a black hole so massive it defies intuition, a place where light cannot escape, where time bends, where the rules collapse. It exists quietly, far away, doing what it has always done, consuming, growing, shaping its surroundings. It does not know you exist. It does not care. The universe does not care. And yet, here you are, aware, looking up, asking questions. That is the strange part, because in a universe filled with objects that erase light and crush matter into nothingness, there is also something that can understand it. A mind. Your mind. You can sit here on a small planet and imagine something 10 billion light years away. You can grasp numbers that no human will ever physically experience. You can feel the weight of something that does not touch you. That is not small. That is not insignificant. It is rare, maybe even extraordinary. Because while black holes consume everything that falls into them, they cannot consume this. Understanding, meaning, perspective. TON 618 may be larger than anything you can truly comprehend. It may outscale your world, your star, your galaxy, but it cannot outscale your ability to wonder about it. And in that quiet realization, something shifts. The universe becomes less of a void and more of a stage, not built for you, but seen by you, felt by you, known, even if only partially. And maybe that is enough, because in the end, you are not standing in your room anymore. You are standing at the edge of everything you can possibly know, looking out into something that will never fully reveal itself. And it doesn't have to. The silence remains. The scale remains. And far away in the dark, TON 618 continues to exist. Unmoved, unseen, and unimaginably vast. While you sit here, aware of it,